How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. While the Lakers have been without either one of Lebron or Anthony Davis for over a month now, they have managed to play very well without them, considering how much they mean to their team. While that is not to say that they haven't struggled at times without them, they have also proved to be more than capable of beating good teams without them too. And because of how well they have played without both LeBron and AD, I think it might be showing that they're an even better team overall than they were last year. While there are a few different ways to debate whether or not if they are a better team overall, I'm talking about more overall talent on their team right now compared to last year and their ability to win without both LeBron and AD. I don't think anyone would argue that they have better chemistry on their team right now compared to last year yet, but I do believe there is a very good argument for them having a better overall team and talent, along with being more resilient too. To begin, if we look at a direct comparison of each team, in my opinion, I think it's pretty clear that this current Laker team has more overall talent and depth. By the time the playoffs came around, the 2019-2020 Lakers were only a 9 or 10 player deep team at the most. And while that is not a knock on them, the current Laker team is arguably 13 or 14 players deep, and I believe even come playoff time, they will still have a rotation that includes at least 11 or 12 players. The Lakers' current team is not only deeper, but much more versatile and not nearly as reliant on LeBron and AD as they were last year. That can not only be showed by how many more players they have in their rotation who can create their own shot with Schroeder, Kuzma, Talen Horton-Tucker, Harrell, McLemore, and Drummond, but can also be shown with their improved points per game from their bench. In 2019-2020, their bench averaged about 38 points per game. During the current season, their bench has been averaging over 41 points per game. Not only is that a noticeable increase, but they have done it while having a constantly changing bench. Many of their current starting players began the year on the bench. In fact, the only two players who are currently in their starting lineup that actually began the year in the starting lineup are Schroeder and Caldwell Pope. So, what that means is that they have gotten a lot more all-around production from their current team compared to last year. It's not only that they are getting improved scoring from their bench, but they're getting it from players on their bench who either weren't in the rotation at the beginning of the year or weren't even on the team entirely. They have gotten a lot more production than anyone likely would have imagined they would be getting from Talen Horton-Tucker, for example. He is not only leading their current bench in scoring right now, but in their past 10 games combined, he's actually been their third leading scorer, averaging over 14 points per game on some very impressive numbers. And while Kyle Kuzma and Markieff Morris are currently in their starting lineup, they began the year on the bench. However, since being called upon to take on an increased role while LeBron and AD have been out, they have both played very well. Not only have they both gotten an increased role and opportunity, but they have both taken advantage of it too. Markieff has more than doubled his points per game average, along with improving his efficiency while doing so. And Kyle Kuzma has not only improved his point per game average by nearly 4 more points per game during this time, but he's had to take on the role of being a primary scorer and ball handler at times too. And even though his efficiency went down during this time, it is nonetheless impressive that he's been able to go from a 4th or 5th option off the bench to being a 2nd option in the starting lineup. Having to change his role in the middle of the season like that cannot be overlooked. Kuzma was getting very comfortable in his role when LeBron and AD were healthy, and then all of a sudden, he was expected to become a primary scoring option for them again, while also being expected to be one of their better wing defenders and to contribute to winning as well. That is a huge role change to give to any player in the middle of the year, and to then expect them to play well afterwards is not entirely realistic, but yet he has performed admirably. Even while playing through an injury during the past week, Kuzma has helped contribute heavily to wins, which has helped them to stay afloat in a tough Western Conference, even while playing against tough competition. It cannot be overlooked how well players like Kyle Kuzma, Markieff Morris, Talen Horton-Tucker, Schroeder, and more have played while LeBron and AD have been out. Being given the task of trying to win games for a team that was designed to win around 2 players who then both get injured is a near impossible one, yet they have performed admirably and even have exceeded the expectations that were given to them in my opinion. If you take LeBron off any team, that team will get considerably worse than with him on it. Then if you take both LeBron and Anthony Davis off any team, what would you honestly expect to happen? So, for a Laker team that has managed a record of 7-9 while being without both of them, while only playing against 2 teams in that time who are currently not playoff teams, is very impressive. The fact that some Laker fans panic over games that they lose to good teams while being without both LeBron and AD is very baffling to me. The overall increase they have in talent and depth this year compared to last year is obvious to me. If they were to have lost both LeBron and AD to injury in the middle of the season last year, I don't believe it would have gone near as well as it has been going for them right now. They did not have the individual talent and depth on that team that they do on their team right now to maintain a playoff position while being without both LeBron and AD, let alone to maintain a top 5 seed in the Western Conference. And the fact that I can talk this entire time about how much talent they have on their team outside of LeBron, AD, and Drummond is very telling about their ability to be better than last year's team. The fact that they have shown the ability to beat, or at the very least to hang tough with good teams without both LeBron and AD on the court could be a sign of what is to come, because while what they have done without both LeBron and AD has been impressive, when they will both return is really when they will begin to become dangerous. Not only will LeBron and AD be returning to a team that has been getting great production from their role players, but they will be returning to a team that is even better than when they last played. The last time that both LeBron and AD were on the floor, they did not even have Drummond or McLemore yet. Now imagine how much better they'll look with those added weapons and LeBron and AD on the court. Anthony Davis always looked great on the floor with either one of Dwight Howard or JaVale McGee last year, but now imagine how great him and Andre Drummond could look together. That will be a nightmare for any team to match up against, especially for teams that have poor defense in the paint. That will not only benefit AD, but we know how LeBron loves to play with a true lob threat like Andre Drummond too. And not only will he love returning to a team that has added a great player like Drummond, but he will be returning to a team that has finally begun shooting the ball well from the three-point line again. In their last 10 games combined, they have shot nearly 40% from the three-point line as a team. If they can keep that up when LeBron and AD come back, I have no doubt that they will look great right away upon their return. And it would honestly be a bit surprising if they did not continue to shoot well when they return. The fact that they have shot this well from the three-point line while taking tougher shots compared to the open looks that they will get when LeBron comes back has been very impressive. Even having Anthony Davis back on the floor will free up more room for their shooters, but when they are both back, their shooters will have even more time to shoot than they might even know what to do with. In conclusion, I truly do believe the Lakers have been proving that they are a better team overall compared to last year. I do not believe that their team last year would have been able to play this well while playing without both LeBron and AD for an extended amount of time like they have been. They have proven to be just as good, if not better on defense, while having a lot more overall talent on offense too. If they can put it all together when LeBron and AD come back, I do believe that they will become a much better team than last year. But what do you guys think? Do you believe that the Lakers have proven that they're a better overall team than last year? How do you think their team last year would have done if they had to play without both LeBron and AD? Let me know your thoughts by commenting down below and we can talk about it there. That will do it for this video though. Thank you to everyone who took the time to watch until the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please remember to drop a like on the video and to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and turn on notifications to get notified right away when I drop a new video. But as always, thank you for watching and have a great day.